Morning, morning, morning. It is Thursday. It is the 2022 version of May the 5th. And you're back here with me, Sean Butler, at the Spurs Talk Show. How's everybody doing? There's no one here. It's just me and Bugsy. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone is looking forward to the weekend. I'm good, if you were wondering. Thank you to everyone for all the lovely feedback and the comments on the last morning walks that I did. And I mentioned I was feeling a little bit sick, a little bit worried about pains in certain places. I was blown away by the kind, caring comments. I haven't had any alcohol since. I haven't had any takeaways or crappy food. It's been salad and chicken and that sort of stuff ever since. And you know what? It's only been 4 days. I do feel a bit perkier, sleeping better, and the pains are not quite as bad. So thank you for all the well wishes. How's your mindset shifting as we approach the biggest weekend in Tottenham's history since the last weekend, which was the biggest weekend in Tottenham's history? If we want to get to top four and get the money from old Moneybags Levy to rebuild the team this summer under a Conte system that can take us to the next level. I'm getting nervous. I'm excited. We all know how difficult it's going to be. But you know what? I actually need to acknowledge a mistake I made. I was on the Hotspur Hood, Tommy Mitchell's show. Shout out to him. Lovely guy. Great channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for him. And whilst you're doing that, hit that subscribe button for this channel if you haven't already, as we are on the march to 1,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, as the sun breaks through the clouds and makes my eyes squint. We're at 990, I think, subscribers. 10 away from the big 4th number thing when all our lives change. So if you haven't already, please hit that button. It would mean the world to me. And the like button on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Click. Anyway, whilst I was on that channel, on Tommy's show, I said that a draw at Anfield doesn't really change anything. We need to win it, and if we go for the win and we end up losing, then it's not that bad, or it's no worse or no better than getting a draw. And I thought about it. It sounded like it made sense at the time, but I've thought about it since, and I don't believe that anymore. Because if we go and lose at Anfield and Arsenal beat Leeds, then they're 5 points ahead. If we then beat Arsenal, then they are 2 points ahead going into the last 2 games of the season. Whereas if we draw at Anfield and Arsenal beat Leeds, then they're 1 point ahead. And it does make a big difference, because we would then need to win our last 2 games of the season, and we would need Arsenal to drop points. But I can't really see Arsenal losing a game. So if we lose at Anfield, then we would need both Everton and Newcastle to do us a favour and to draw both games, or at least one of them to beat Arsenal. Whereas if we get a point at Anfield, then all we would need is Newcastle or Everton, not both, but just one, to get the draw. And then the other team could lose to Arsenal. We could then beat Burnley and Norwich and then win on goal difference. So I retract my previous statement. A point is valid, it is valuable, and I actually would be happy with a point at Anfield, because I can see Arsenal dropping points against at least one of Arsenal, Everton or Newcastle. Both tough games for them, just playing Newcastle away from home is a tough game anyway. It's always been a tough game, even when they were under, you know, previous like Steve Bruce management or Mike Ashley ownership. But under the new ownership model, under the new management team, with all those players playing for their positions next year, and it's their last home game of the season, you know, Newcastle will want to put on a show for their fans. So I do think Arsenal will have a tough game there. And even if that doesn't work out, we hope that Everton are still not relegated and that they've got something to fight for in the last game of the season. And if you remember what Ray Parlour said on TalkSport, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Parlour said if it suits both Arsenal and Everton, they only need a point to qualify for both of their Premier League ambitions or aspirations. Then they could play for a draw, a 0-0 draw, which is a disgusting mindset to have. But what do you expect? But of course, that won't be the case if we get a point against Liverpool. That scenario can't play out if we get a point against Liverpool and we beat Arsenal in the North London derby. So, like I say, I retract my previous thoughts. A point is relevant. It's actually very valuable, and I'd be happy if we get a point at. I'd be happy if we get a point at Liverpool. Be even more delighted, of course, if we got the 3 points. That puts everything back in our hands, and what a wonderful way. Well, that would be to send a message to Arsenal, who play. I think they play on Sunday. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree? Do you think we should be going out for a all-out attack? Not all-out attack, but I mean, like, go out for the 3 points. Would you play for a? Would you be happy with a draw? Or is it better to kind of just go, well, let's, you know, gloves are off. We need a victory to really take the march back. You tell me in the comments below, and I always reply to every comment that I see. So, let us know your thoughts.